Happy New Year guys, and welcome back to my channel. If you've not been here before, my name is MosleyDoll78. Just wanted to get that out there in case you would like to subscribe to my channel. This wasn't supposed to be the first video uploaded of the brand new year, but I had a delivery today. It's the Dior Forever Skin Glow new foundation, which is released. On my next video you'll see I'll mention on there, but I won't I'll be cutting down on certain things. Anyway, that's another story. I'll explain it on the next video about foundations. So basically I only have literally 20 minutes before I have to go and get the kids. I'll keep this on for 8 hours max today, and then I'll do a check-in at the end of the video and probably upload it tomorrow. So, or it might be tonight. If you haven't watched my videos before, I'm a big fan of Dior foundations. I have the Dior Forever Undercover foundation, which is supposed to be medium to full coverage. And then I have my favourite Dior Backstage Face and Body foundation, which is more of a medium coverage with a really nice finish. I love this foundation. It's my favourite foundation, and I think my lashes are sticking together. Hopefully will be good for today's video. So yeah, so when I heard it was, I didn't even have any inkling of an idea they were releasing two foundations. It was very quick, very sharp. Surprising thing about it to me was it isn't available on the Dior website when I last checked 2 days ago. It's only available from Nordstrom, I believe, so I had to order it from Nordstrom. It arrived literally today, and I picked it up about 25 minutes ago, so I'm rushing this for your guys' viewing pleasure. I hope you enjoy it. I have primed already, and I've done my eyes. I've done the bare minimum to my eyes today. I don't look the best, and my skin is also not looking the best today. So it's a good day to test out a foundation and see what this bad boy can do. I got the shade 2.5. Just because I like 2.5. I liked 2.5 in the Dior Forever Undercover. The face and body, beautiful shades, shade range they have in this. I don't believe there's as many shades in this one. I will double check. I will give you more info. But the 3 and the 3.5 in the Backstage face and body is slightly too dark for me, and it's winter. Plus, if this ends up being a little bit too light, I can definitely mix it, so I'm not too worried about it being too light for me. Same colour packaging as the previous bottles, and it's glass. So this is actually my first Dior foundation in a glass bottle. I like that. I actually like that it's in glass. I think maybe it's something in my subconscious which tells me it's more luxurious, and I might treasure it a little bit more than the other ones. And looking at the colour, it's not going to be too light for me. It might, I think it's going to be probably very close to the 2.5 in the Dior, and I'll swatch them both together as well, so that will also, let's see how well they match as far as shade wise goes. I love the glass bottle. That is very luxurious looking for me. I love it. I've just checked on the Dior website again. I still can't see any sign of the foundation. And on Nordstrom, so when I initially ordered from Nordstrom, they didn't have all the shades available, so I was kind of forced to pick 2.5, and I was like, oh, my lashes are getting on my nerves. These are definitely not the lashes to be wearing. So and the shades wasn't all available at that point, but it looks like they've added more shades. I'm not sure if that's their whole shade collection, but they have 1, 2, 3. So on the Nordstrom website, they've got 21 shades available. I might have gone with 3N if all the shades were available at that time. There wasn't available. I think there was 2.5 and then it jumped up to 4. But I'm looking at the bottle. I think it's going to be a lovely colour. I'm hoping, fingers crossed. So yeah, there's 21 shades showing on the Nordstrom website. It's not showing on the Dior website yet. I'm going to be doing half face with sponge beauty blender and half face with brush, as I'm not sure which is best to apply. The Dior face and body is definitely best with a brush, and the Dior Undercover I tend to use a sponge because it's more of a heavier foundation, and the sponge really makes it more flawless than a brush would. So I don't know which one's going to work with this one, and I have primed my face with the Bobbi Brown. This is my first time purchasing this, but I wanted to try it based on a lot of recommendations, Tyra Lynn being one of them. This is the Vitamin Rich Face Base by Bobbi Brown, quite a popular choice. I wanted to try it for myself, and I will give you more thoughts on what I think of that later on throughout January. So let's get this on before I run out of time completely. Give it a shake, hopefully it won't be leaking. And it looks, oh yeah, okay, so it's a lovely pump. I've never had a glass bottle from Dior, so I'm not familiar in how it will release from the bottle. And I will dot it around the face and go ahead and blend it in with a brush. Oh my god, I love the colour already. It might seem slightly dark to you guys. I personally like my foundation to be a little bit darker. I do self-tan quite a lot. It's coming off quite patchy at the moment, but once I've blended it in, it usually will be okay. So I think I'll just start with this side first. It feels very, very thin and quite runny. I love the tone of the colour. I think I did good with the tone of the colour. I love it. So I'm going to start blending it in with my beauty blender, and I'm going to bring you in closer. Sorry guys. Here we go. So yeah, it definitely reminds me of the same shade as the Forever Undercover foundation. And I need to lift my camera up a slightly higher. Okay, so it's not a full coverage, which is fine by me. Totally fine. And it blended very, very easy, really easy with the sponge. I think I'm probably going to like a brush better. Not sure yet, but I'm thinking that. And I have got a lot of my redness showing today, as you can see on this side. And the foundation side has definitely toned it down quite a lot. I like that. I'm still looking quite tired after the Christmas holidays. You know, alcohol, lack of sleep will do that to a person. But now Christmas is over, I'm hoping to get back into the swing of things, try and get some more early nights in. When I say early, I'm struggling still to get to sleep before 1 o'clock in the morning. But let's talk about this foundation. What is it with Dior and their foundations? Like, they hit it on the nail every time. So on my next video, I do talk about how initial reviews are kind of hard to trust whether it's going to be a good product or not. I think you can pretty much say that with a Dior foundation, it's not going to be a fail, in my opinion, just because I've had such good luck with them in the past. So I do talk about how it's hard to trust initial applications, because most foundations, when you're watching a video, look quite the same. When you first apply them, it's the wear test throughout the day. I think a better review is like a 7-day wear, and like every day, you know, because sometimes your skin acts differently on different days, and you want to see how the foundation can stand up to that. So I will do a wear test today and come back and tell you, and I'll upload the video, and then in a week's time I'll give you a brief update on how it's done throughout the week, and I think that'll be more of an accurate description of how well the foundation's doing. So definitely a lightweight application. Love the colour shade. It's blended in very, very, very easily with the sponge. Let's try the brush side. Absolutely love the colour. Oh my god, the colour's beautiful. It feels nice to apply as well, like it just feels very, very nice. Okay, that'll be enough, I think. A little bit more on my forehead. So I would say I probably used 2.5 full pumps to do my face. Put that on my neck, and I will use, the only clean brush I've got at the moment is my Zoeva 104 buffer brush. It's not one of my favourite brushes, but it's definitely one of my top brushes, so hopefully it will do a good job at blending this in. If it leaves any streak marks, I'll have to go in with a sponge afterwards. So let's see how this side does. When it's just been washed, it's kind of stiff. So this is more of a stiff brush, and it's definitely more of a stippling. a stippling motion when applying, whereas my It Cosmetics brush, you can definitely use very small circular strokes and it does a good job at blending in. Let's see how it does in the nose area. Get in the hairline. Get down the neck first before I make a mess. Earrings are in the way. Right, let's look in the mirror. Excuse me for a second. Can't see in that one. Oh wow, I can see where it needs blended in a little bit more. What a lovely glowy foundation. That is definitely glowy. Definitely dewy. But more of a, I think it's more glowy than dewy. So it doesn't make me look too dewy. Right, as far as differences as how it's applied, as far as the difference between a sponge and a brush, I don't think I'm going to tell the difference. I think maybe the brush side you get slightly more coverage. Can't see any brush strokes. So what I'm going to do is a lovely glowy foundation. Lovely. I'm not just saying that. Like mature people are going to like this. I know I'm being premature, but I have faith in Dior. I'm going to put a little bit more on and finish off with the brush. Probably about this much more all over. Spread that out. Just to get the coverage I want. And I really do not mind these types of coverages for foundations. Sometimes I think they can be more flattering for the skin. But if you can see, I hope it's coming across on camera how nice it is, because I don't think I would want to wear this during the day. It's too nice. Like I'm on about like to wear around the house cleaning up. I wouldn't want to wear this one. No way. No way. They were on point when they said it was a glowy foundation. It's definitely, what's it called? A skin glow foundation. So they're my favourite types of foundations. Sometimes, like my YSL is a very nice glow foundation, but it's got a little bit more slip to it. I think the YSL sinks into the skin a little bit more quicker than this does, and this is acting a little bit more like it's got a little bit more coverage, staying power. But I love it. I love Dior foundations. I just want to make sure everything's blended in, and then I'll come and get up close, even closer. Right. Ooh, I'm excited. I'm excited, baby. So I know my camera when the ring light is on, but it will adjust in a second. Yeah, here we go. So this is how it's looking at the moment. Obviously I'm going to put concealer under my eyes. Let the camera adjust. So, I don't know if it's making my skin look as smooth as the face and body on camera, or am I being picky? It's got a lot of shine to it. I think it's done a good job of covering up the redness in my nose area, definitely. It looks very, very glowy. I don't know if I should set it with powder. I would normally set my foundation with some powder, but I don't want to take away the glow. I think I'm just gonna I'm not gonna set my face with powder today. I would normally set my face with powder just to give it an extra bit of staying power, but because it's already like 2:35 already, I literally need to go out the door. So I'm gonna come back with my makeup complete. I probably won't put too much, I won't like overdo it with bronzer and highlighter and all of that. I think I'll keep it quite simple. I will put a little bit of bronzer on, a little bit of highlighter. I won't go over the top with putting X amount of product all over my face, because I think that takes away from how the foundation is doing. You get me? I'll be back later on this evening, do a check-in, and then upload this video. At the moment I'm saying that I like it. I love how glowy it is. I love the texture of it. I love the glass bottle. It blends it in very easy with a sponge. I'll probably try again tomorrow with a sponge and see how that looks. But for now, I think the brush gives it slightly more coverage. So I'll be back later on tonight. I'll do my final check-in and I'll see you guys soon. One of my first check-ins, and look how healthy, just healthy. I'm looking at myself. Look how healthy I look in this camera outside. And I didn't do a lot. I didn't set my face. I didn't do any setting of the face, but I look so healthy. And there's my baby. Say hi. Hi. So yeah, it's looking good. It's looking very, very good, folks. Very good. And I'll see you tonight. If you could only see the mess here, that wouldn't be a pretty picture, I'm afraid. So it's been 8.5 hours. Just double check. Just under 8.5 hours. That's not too bad. A little bit more info about it. I did look into it more when I was talking about the product. It does have an SPF of 35 in here. I don't think I read about what it does. So on the back of the box, this was interesting to me. On the front of the box it says 24-hour wear radiant perfection skin caring foundation with sunscreen, lasting hydration. I definitely haven't felt that my face has become more dry. I can't feel any difference, like it's more hydrated, but it doesn't feel dry. It still feels quite, yeah, it doesn't feel dry on the skin, but that's what it says on the front. On the back, when you go to directions, it says apply liberally 15 minutes before sun exposure. Reapply at least every 2 hours. What does that mean? Am I reading it wrong? Reapply at least every 2 hours. What the hell? What does this one say? On the back of this box, the Dior Forever Undercover Foundation, it doesn't say directions. The Face and Body one did. I'm just being extra picky just in case you want this information. On the backstage one, it shows you what if you want a light coverage or medium to full coverage, blah, 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 blah. So I'm confused at this, where it says reapply at least every 2 hours. If it's supposed to be 24-hour wear radiant. I don't get that. I'm confused about that. I've been doing some regular check-ins myself just by looking in the mirror, and I think it's done a good job. I cannot see hardly any patchiness anywhere where it's came away. I have had a light dinner, but I've also had a few kisses from the kids, and I did have a dessert. I've been trying to finish off my Christmas desserts. I've been playing Tekken. I've been playing card games with the younger ones. So I would say I've been pretty busy. I've been more aware that it's on my face today, so I've tried to minimize the amount of time I touch my face, but I still think that it looks pretty good. I'm not convinced at this point that I like it better than the Face and Body. I might do a comparable test on that and see which side I like the best, because like I said, it does become confusing when you see foundations on the face. Real obvious noticeable factors if it's a crappy foundation is that it separates on my skin very quickly, like within 3 to 4 hours, and it starts getting patchy in certain areas. My skin, I would say that matte foundations, although they're really long lasting and can look really flawless, especially I think on camera they can look really flawless matte foundations, but close up on the skin, on my skin, matte foundations are not forgiving. They look so a little bit cakey and a little bit heavy. So I'm all for anything like this. You know, if it's not as good as the Face and Body foundation, it doesn't matter. I'm hoping I'm still going to really enjoy it, and I will wear it throughout the week and give you guys an update how I got on with it and see if my thoughts have changed. Deep down, I don't think I'm not going to like it. I think I'm still going to like it, but I just don't know if I'm going to like it as much as that one. So let's just get close up quickly so you guys can have a look. Move up closer. Right, so what can we see? If you look around my mouth area, I normally have a lot of it gone from here and this side, but I think, yeah, that's where it's going. Right in the corner of my mouth there, because I've been eating food. And this is how picky we are. Apart from that, it stayed on. And I didn't put a whole bunch of makeup on today. I kept it very, very... Sometimes I find it really hard to tell myself looking in the camera. It's like I get confused. In natural daylight, considering it's night time now, I can't get a true. But it looks like this has appeared out of nowhere. I don't remember having that this morning. Are we going to blame it on the foundation? Don't know. If it appears again throughout the week in different areas, then yeah, I would say it could be the foundation. About 50 centimeters away from me is my main dressing table mirror, and I look quite good in that mirror. I don't look bad at all. On camera, I would say it's not looking the best on camera. I don't know. I'm not sure yet. I haven't made my mind up. I have to give it a little bit more time, and I definitely want to compare these two together to see which one looks the nicest and which one lasts the longest. So if you're interested in seeing that, I have a feeling that this one looks better on my skin after a certain amount of time has gone by. What I would like to do quickly is just swatch the Forever Undercover foundation with the new Forever Skin Glow foundation. So this is the previous Forever Undercover one. That's the colour for that one. And the new one, I'm going to put that right next to it, is right there. So they're very, very similar, but I think the previous one is a little bit more neutral and this is more pinker. Here it is. Let's wait for it to oxidize down first. So what didn't I do? I didn't set my face with powder. That normally gives me more longevity with my foundation. I put the bare minimum on of bronzer. I didn't put any blusher on. I did put some highlighter on, but I definitely didn't go as full face as I normally would when I would do my makeup. I wanted to give the foundation a real chance to show itself on camera, and I'm saying at this present moment it's giving me good to average vibes at the moment. I loved the initial application. I definitely really liked how glowy it looked, but I can't say that close up it looks okay. In the mirror close up I think it looks okay. And I judge the mirror more than the camera. Maybe if I put on some more layers. Let's just have a look at the nose area quickly. That's also a really good indication whether it's done a good job. Take that down. And that is withstanded quite a lot, because normally it gets quite crusty in there. If I'm holding a mirror up about this far away from my face and I can see those issues happening in my nose crevices, then to me it's definitely not lasting and not doing a good enough job. These have dried down now. Yeah, the Dior Skin Forever Undercover foundation is definitely more of a neutral tan colour, and the new one, the Skin Glow one, is more of a peachy undertone, but still I can get away with wearing both, but just bear that in mind if you like this undertone more. This one is slightly more pinky, but I like it. I do like the colour. I'm not complaining about the colour at all. I do like the colour. So I say so many times. Thank you for sticking with me through this review. I think it's more of an honest way to do it, just to see how it goes throughout several days wear before you make up your mind. I hope that's okay with you guys, instead of me saying at the end of the video, oh yeah, it's great, I love it, it's brilliant, it's Dior, blah 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 blah. I just think it'd be more accurate in waiting till I've worn the foundation for several days and then get back to you with an updated review on it. Thanks again for watching, and I'll be back soon with another video.